And we are live. Good morning, everybody. It's your favorite truck driver, ex-truck driver in the whole wide world. It's Bitcoin Ben. Here for the daily. What in the pluck is going on in the Bahamas? Well, let me give you guys a quick little morning view of what I'm looking at here. Let me lift you up, flip you around. There we go. Not too bad, huh, folks? Life's a struggle. You gotta live it while you can. Now, speaking of living it while you can, folks, I'm nervous. And I'll tell you why. I am not nervous about cryptos. I am not nervous about Bitcoin. I'm not nervous about Litecoin. I'm not nervous about Divi. I'm not nervous about anything in the new system. I'm nervous that the general public is not ready for what is coming January 1st. Now, let me explain. We have coming January 1st, we have a lot of legislation kicking in. We have a lot of regulations kicking in that a lot of people don't know about. There are United Nations regulations that are kicking in January 1st. Now, mind you, these are unconstitutional applications of authority over the U.S. that really shouldn't be there. And the government that we have installed, not elected, installed in here now is corrupt. They place the sovereignty of America in the hands of unelected bureaucrats over in different countries. We have a monetary system, and folks, I have been talking to people from all over the world here in the Bahamas. Everybody is worried. I had a conversation yesterday with a guy from New York. He's a New Yorker. He works in Wall Street. He works at an investment firm in Wall Street. He said that he's an executive, that the executive team, is going to be selling everything they privately hold. Now, they're not going to be selling for their shareholders. They're not going to be selling for their clients. There's going to be a rally early January that they're going to sell into. That they're going to, and I asked him, I said, is this legal? He said, oh yeah, this is absolutely legal, that they're going to privately sell into a fake, what they know is a fake rally. Because apparently the 401ks and a lot of the investment, what they call the dumb money, which is actually like 401ks and things like that, the shit we own, the shit the average person owns. That's going to have a rally early January that they're going to sell into, and they're going to exit at the highs. And they already know. Now listen to this crooked bullshit. They already know what the highs are going to be, because they've already set the algorithms of the software to sell for their clients at a certain price. And I even looked at the guy and said, isn't that being rigged? He's like, oh, hell yeah. It's all being rigged. It's all, and he said, without flinching, like it was normal business. Oh yeah, the Federal Reserve lets everyone know, actually based on their overnight transactions and their overnight communications, on when they are gonna pull back or go in on certain markets. And I asked him, oh, all right, so what's it looking like for next year? He shook his head. Him and his wife are going on a month trip, maybe longer, he said, a month trip to their house in, what was it? Like, not Alaska. No. It was up in Canada somewhere. They have a house up there. Oh, hang on. Oh, okay, thank you. Housekeeping. So they have a house that they're going to go to for a month, because he said the economy is coming down hard next year. It's like we are never gonna see another year like next year. And it's a Wall Street guy that's sitting there talking to me. And he's like, look, you have to understand the derivatives. And as soon as he said that, I looked at him and I said, whoa. Is there going to be an event that triggers the derivatives collapse? And he said, absolutely. It's gonna originate in Europe as an energy crisis. And the energy crisis is going to trigger the derivatives crisis. And he said, then bye-bye goes the bond market, because it's going to be sovereign fucking bonds that go to shit. And he's talking emerging markets. He's talking fucking municipal bonds. He's talking, I said, so basically, everything that's a derivative or everything that is lent money, you know, what we call debt. He said everything that is debt is going to reevaluate and going to be worth shit. Everyone's going to try and sell, and the Federal Reserve is not going to try and catch it. Nope. Not going to try and catch it. Folks, do you... All right. Yes, please hit the like and subscribe. And do you know what's going to happen when the derivatives and the bonds go to shit? My friends, don't believe a freaking word out of the mainstream media's mouth. Get you some Bitcoin, get you some silver, hell, I'd even on how inflated the prices of land is right now, get you some land. Get you anything that isn't a form of debt. Get you gold and silver that you hold. Get you Bitcoin. Don't use no fucking exchanges. I have a link under here for Caleb and Brown. I just talked to Jake this morning over at Caleb and Brown. They're good to go. I told him, I said, look, I'm going to push people over to Caleb and Brown today on the show. All right, friends, I don't play in pushes. Very rarely do I plan talking about a certain link I have or something like that. But what I'm telling you is that Caleb and Brown, they don't want to hold your coins. They don't want to hold your Bitcoin for it. That's not what they do. They want you to buy it, and then they want to send it to you, because if it's on their books, it's a liability. That's how they see it. They don't want anyone's coins on their books at all. Coinbase. Does anybody remember when Coinbase changed their terms of service relatively recently? Anybody? Bueller? What did they include? What did Coinbase include in their updated terms of service? A bankruptcy clause. Bingo. Yep. Now, Coinbase has been around for 11 years. Well, yeah, like 11 years. all of a sudden, they're like, you know what we should get to now? You know what we should put in our terms of service? A bankruptcy clause. That's what we should do. No, that ain't how shit works. Right? That is not how shit works in the real world. You don't make it a priority to put a bankruptcy clause in your terms of agreement unless you're thinking, well, shit. Things are looking a little iffy. We might want to put that clause in there. My friends, and for those of you, and I apologize, guys. The internet out here at the resort, not good. Not good at all. Not good at all. I'm going to try and upload Cliff High's latest video or link it in my Patreon channel. The reason why is I want you to I want you to watch it and understand what Cliff High is talking about. Because there's a part where he says, and I think this is an accurate quote, you won't know that you're locked into the system because your environment, your digital environment, will be manipulated. So you won't even know what you don't know. Information will not reach you if you're using a regular laptop. You won't even know anything if you're using an iPhone. You won't even know that the Apple phone is not letting certain messages through. You won't even know that the internet hubs that emails go through will filter out emails with certain IP addresses, with certain words in the email. Like your Google, if you have a Google account, it's going to be worthless. If you have a Yahoo account, it's going to be worthless. Because they're going to manage the information through the machines and through the network part of the internet. That's why I've been telling you guys to get a Liberty laptop. Links under here, folks. CALIX Solutions. Because we've all known this was coming. We have been warned for years that this was coming. January 1, folks, January 1 is when the shit hits the fan. And it's it's going to hit us like a ton of bricks. And fuel costs are going to skyrocket. Had a great example, I think I said this on Monday, here at the resort. Now, mind you, this is all-inclusive resort. They're limiting the amount of eggs. They're limiting the amount of bacon. A few years ago, when we were at another resort, they'd bring out the bacon and the eggs and be piled up, and you could go up there and, man, tear up the bacon and eggs, the ham, the everything. Now, oh no. They bring out a little dish of eggs. Here you go. Once that's gone, we'll bring out another little dish of eggs. And the bacon, you would think that's made of gold. All right? Yeah. So, yes, someone said I should back charge them. Hey, man, I'm telling you. Because, and my friends, you have to understand, all right, my wife and I, how we do it, Pete, because this is kind of front running, like vacations. My wife and I, like this vacation, we paid for this vacation 2 years ago in full. This vacation, if we would have scheduled this vacation this year, it would have cost us twice what we paid. And my wife got a free massage, 90-minute massage. Right? So we front ran the inflation. Yeah, it's which I highly recommend, by the way. It's so the people that are here now, unless they actually bought this a few years ago, they're paying twice what we did. At least twice. We are in a global hyper inflationary environment. And I do mean it when I say hyper, because it is, all of the currencies are dropping like shit. The dollar is dropping like garbage. But all of them are dropping. So the mainstream media keeps saying, well, the dollar's strong. The fuck it is. A freaking pound of bacon's $9. Used to be $2.50. Think about that. A pound of bacon, last I heard, around our house, was hovering around $9. My wife tells me, because I'll be honest, I don't shop for groceries. My wife handles that. My wife's like, that bacon right there, that was $2.50 a few years ago. $2.50, now $9. My friends, and now do not be impressed when I tell you this, right? The house we just bought in Florida, right? We originally paid, I think our contract was for like $630, a house smaller than ours, right down the road now. They're asking $1 million for it. It's smaller than ours. If you don't think hyperinflation, we're here. This is all, trust me, folks. And me and my wife, we're not living in the lap of luxury here. All right, our house is a 2,300 square foot house in Sarasota, Florida. It has a pool and a hot tub, but it's nothing special. I mean, you don't pull up and go, wow, that's a mansion. Far from it. It's like an ordinary house, but yet ordinary, regular looking houses. Now they're like, if this guy, if our neighbor sells his house for $1 million, I'm just gonna fall over. I'm just gonna fall over and be like, well, it's over, folks. It's ridiculous what the prices are going for nowadays. And the average Joe, the average Jane, the average truck driver, the average accountant, the average online marketing, the average person, they're getting killed. And did you just see what happened with Social Security? They upped Social Security like 8.3%. %. They adjusted Social Security up 8.3%. That's going to add to inflation. People who get Social Security checks are relying and using that money. So that 8.3 is future inflation. Does anyone think the inflation rate's gonna go down? No. Why would it? You're increasing a monthly check to like 41 million Americans by 8.3%. That inflation is going to go right into groceries because Social Security, when you're retired and you're relying on Social Security, like my wife's father, he's retired, and he has a little bit of retirement savings, and he has Social Security. Well, that Social Security, that's his grocery money. That's his car insurance money. Now, luckily, his house is paid off, but I mean, think about it. If you're solely reliant on Social Security, you're screwed. Now, mind you, they're giving you 8.3%. Gee, thanks. That's just enough to keep our heads above water. I mean, we're not going to die, but we're definitely not going to grow. They're screwing the retired people. They're screwing people with fixed incomes. Think about it. You know how much pressure they had to get to jump at 8.3%? A ton. They had to have old people, AARP, all of the retirement, all of the lobbyists for old people in America.org or whatever other, group that there was. And they had to lobby for that. Right? And like I told you guys, that guy up in New York, or the guy from New York here, he knows exactly what's going on. And he knows about FTX. He said everyone involved with FTX was Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs and the big bankers. Now, we all know the big bankers and Goldman Sachs, they don't let something collapse unless they want it to collapse. Remember Lehman's? They let that collapse. But Bank of America, JP Morgan, oh, hell no. They wouldn't let those collapse. Oh, yes. Who said property tax? Yeah. Oh, Carrie, my girl, the best cookies in the world right there, folks. She says, don't get me started on property tax. So I update my house and I better my community. And now I have to pay more taxes for it. What the plot? Girl, you ain't even lying. Our property tax up in St. Louis jumped up. What was it? Oh, hell's bells. I want to say it jumped up from like $1,200 a year to almost $1,900 a year in one plucking year. How in the fuck does that work? How the hell can you look at a condo and go, all right, tax evaluation this year's $1,200. A year later, yeah, tax evaluation $1,900. Mother pluckers, I didn't improve it. I didn't do nothing to it. And you're telling me that I owe you $700 more? $700 in inflation in a year. Does anybody see this stopping? Does anyone see gas prices plummeting? Does anyone see prices of bacon going down? Does anyone see price of eggs going down? Anybody? Bueller? Hell no. It's only going to get worse, folks. It's only going to get worse. And I can tell you right now, folks, the diesel reserves in America, my friends, I think my buddy who still owns a trucking company, I think he said diesel reserves are now down to 3 days. 3 days of diesel reserves. You can't run a household like that. And let's put it this way. What would your wife or husband do if you went to him and said, "Hey, Sugar Bear, our savings account and our checking account is about down to 3 days worth of reserves." Your wife or your husband would be like, "Wait, what? What? Oh yeah, we got about 3 days worth of food at the house." What? We got about 3 days worth of. My wife won't let us get 3 days worth of laundry detergent. My wife won't let us get that close on laundry detergent. She does, and I think every woman does. They have this innate ability to know when shit's low. Like a great example, I like eating salami sandwiches with cheese, and I use yellow mustard. My wife knows somehow. Now she doesn't pick up the mustard. She doesn't shake it. She doesn't look in there. My wife, off the top of her head, can tell you approximately how much yellow mustard I have left. That's a God-given talent. And this is what made me think of this. Like a week ago, before we actually came on this trip, she goes, "Hey, I think you're getting low on mustard." let me check. So I go in there. I'll be damned. I was maybe 5 sandwiches away from the ketchup. You know what I'm going to say? The ketchup fart. We've all had them where the ketchup or mustard's empty or almost empty. So you sit there squeezing it and it's sitting there farting. Yeah. I was about 3 or 4 sandwiches away from getting the mustard fart. How the hell she knows that, I don't know. It's like she has an internal tracking device for all of our home goods. Like she knows when things are low that I don't even think about. Like, this is something else I recently learned. Did you know that with a dishwasher, you have to add this other liquid? I thought you just put one of those cubes all of the younger people are eating in there. No, you have to add some other type of liquid in there. I didn't know that. Who teaches this shit? Like, how the hell did my wife know about the other liquid? No one ever told me. See, this is why men would die without women. Well, our dishes definitely wouldn't be properly clean. I didn't know about the extra liquid. The point of this video, the point that I'm trying to get to, and yes, I'm taking the long way, folks, is that enjoy December. What's today's date? Like the 7th? Enjoy December. Because come January, I think that's when the shit's gonna hit the fan. I think that's when, and that's why I'm telling everybody, get you some Bitcoin, get you some silver, get you, if all you can get is land, get you some land. Get you something that's tangible, something, and keep it in your private wallet. Because as we move forward, shit is going to hit the fan, and it's going to hit hard. And there's not a damn thing me, you, anyone can do about it, because it's part of a plan. It's part of the great reset that these sons of bitches have been pushing for the last 3 years. Pandemic. My ass. Boy, if that pandemic was natural, it was the most perfectly timed natural event ever. ever. I just don't buy it, folks. We got Dr. Fauci, who apparently Dr. Fauci now has fucking Alzheimer's, can't remember a goddamn thing. Every question he was asked, he couldn't recall. Oh, I don't recall that email. No, I don't recall that conversation. What's your name? I don't recall. How old are you? I don't recall. What's your wife's name? I don't recall. What you have for breakfast? I don't recall. What color shirt are you wearing? I don't recall. This motherfucker got the worst case of amnesia or Alzheimer's ever. Just apparently set in the day he went for fucking testimony. Then we got Twitter and all the shit that they got going on. Now we have like Facebook and Snapchat and KitKat or whatever the other motherfucking thing is. All saying, well, they may not allow people to broadcast news on their channel, on their platforms. Well, what the fuck's the definition of news? Isn't everything you haven't heard? Isn't that news? Think about it. All right, let's say that I'm doing a show and I'm doing it from the Bahamas, and all I'm talking about is how awesome or how good or how iffy or whatever it is here in the Bahamas. Isn't that news? It's news to you. So how are they going to define the word news? I'm sorry, there's no news. So what are we going to talk about? The assassination of Abraham Lincoln? What, we're going to talk about history? Hi, this is Ben Simchi reporting with live shit that already happened. Now let's recap last month. So we can't talk about new shit. And you have Trump just coming out swinging. You have a whole new House of Republic or House of Representatives that's coming in. You have everything coming up with the Supreme Court. You got all this newsworthy shit, and Facebook is like, you know what? We might just filter out news. We might not let anybody broadcast news. Well, what's a selfie? Isn't a selfie the way you look today? Isn't it a new picture? Wouldn't that be news to somebody? Translation, folks. We're going to censor everything that you shouldn't know about. That's what they're going to do. They're going to give you the news that they think you need to know. Hi, good morning. Welcome to Good Morning America. Well, where we tell you what we think you should know. Hence, why I'm telling you guys to get the Liberty laptop. Because remember, which reminds me, word from the sponsor. Today's sponsor is,
Are you buying and selling cryptos on the same laptop that you're using to browse the internet, read your email, and visit social media sites? If so, you're exposing your cryptos to theft. Whenever you're online, you're at risk of getting hacked and having your identity stolen. How would you feel if someone stole all of your cryptos? What would that do to your finances? Guard your cryptos with a safe and secure laptop from CALIX Solutions. Each laptop is set up just for you and your cryptos, and then we walk you through exactly how it works. Don't risk the security of your cryptos. Order a crypto laptop from CALIX Solutions now to secure your crypto future. Learn more at calixsolutions.io.
welcome back. Now, for those of you who are smart enough to be calling, wait a second. Wrong banner. Yeah. Where's my banners at? There we go. Call 702-845-8276. Tell Patrick, tell him that you need a Liberty laptop. And like I told you guys, we can customize a laptop or a desktop. Well, we have laptops already set up. They are perfect for the average user. Now, if you want something a little bit more bulky, if you're more of a gamer, but you still want to live in reality, we can set you up with a desktop. You're just going to have to call in order to get that information. So call 702-845-8276 and let them know that I sent you. All right. Now, I'm going to wrap this up, folks. And I'm telling you now, the powers that be are trying to push cryptos. They're trying to push the crypto companies that they don't control out. This is a internet 1999 type of clean house. That's what they did with the internet in 1999 with the internet collapse of the market. They got rid of all of the companies that they didn't control. And then they funded the companies they did want to grow, like Amazon, like Apple, like Google, like Yahoo, like all of these. The ones they had control of, they lifted up and they survived the internet company collapse. This is the carbon copy, folks. This is the carbon copy. They're trying to get rid of every American or every platform that they don't control. They're trying to bankrupt using FTX. I'm just telling you the truth, folks. And you know it to be true. Think about it. The heads of FTX, why haven't they been arrested yet? You know why? Because why are members of Congress, why are they complimenting the owner of FTX and saying, we really appreciate how honest you was when you was on the television? Because they know it's all part of the fucking game. All right, guys and gals, I will see you. Next show's on Friday. I'll see you on Friday morning back here. But until then, click the link under here. Go to Caleb and Brown. Get whatever you got liquid. Get some Bitcoin. And if you want some silver, I got a link under here for some silver. And I don't remember how much you save. Hell, you could not only save on silver, you could save on health insurance using that same link. And get a Liberty laptop, because we don't just send you a laptop, folks. You get a lifetime membership to the CALIX Solutions education portal, where we're going to be teaching you how to live on the true free web, not the Google web, not the 10% of the internet that Google lets you see. We have to get outside of the system before we get trapped in the system. The Liberty laptop is the key to that. We set it up where you can eliminate yourself, eliminate your online footprint right now using what is called right to be forgotten. All right, I gotta go, folks. Give Patrick a call, 702-845-8276, and join my Patreon. Because, folks, things are about to get cray-cray. The Patreon link's under here. I will be posting the Cliff High video when the internet here lets me. Love you guys. See you Friday.